All right, you guys, this is going to be our next project here. As you can tell, we are going to be doing a rooftop tent with this. We just picked this up the other day for $500, which is a good price for what it is. It is the M105A2. As you can tell, there is not the military registration on it. We are titling this in North Carolina as a home-built trailer. It's just one of the rules and exceptions they allow. There's not a lot of videos out there on the M1A or 105A2. Like there is on the M1100 or 1101 and some of the smaller trailers. So I wanted to kind of point out the difference for some of you guys that might be thinking about doing one of these. I did start already spraying the other side. As you can tell, these tires here are very large. I am 6'1", and this comes right here to my waist. So they are very large tires. One of the plans that we have to do for that is the axle down there and these brake hubs. I'm going to try. You can see that they are oversized. They are also air powered, and they've got the dual spring for the extra weight. This trailer dry weight is about 2,600 pounds, and what we're going to do is be knocking some of this down. We're going to put on a regular axle. I've got that being custom built by someone that does axles around here, about $250. I'm going to throw on some new either 6-lug or 8-lug. I'm not sure yet which one. I'll figure that out as I get a little closer, but we are going to continue with electric brakes. Taking that part of the equation, we're probably going to drop a couple hundred pounds there. Also, the stand right here, this is 90 pounds by itself from what I've read. And so because of that, we're going to be getting rid of that and probably putting on an electronic one. I'm still debating whether to keep the pintle hitch on that. It does tow very well. I didn't have a problem with it. As you can see, we started with some new labeling so we can get the title. But just a quick walk around of it. I've started to spray this side with some spray paint. We have the Gobi color. We had stopped in at the store, and as you can see, there's two different colors here. The reason being is we picked this one thinking it was a little bit closer, and it wasn't. We are going to go with the darker, and that darker happens to be the Krylon Camouflage. That is the closest color I found to the Gobi, and through some of my videos I can probably get that comparison actually next to it. One of the first things, this is a 24-volt system for the lights, so we will be ripping these out, and I've got some custom ones that come in. They're custom as far as putting them on. They're not custom being made. I'll show you those. I got those off of Amazon, and they're basically a metal housing with LED lights built into them. So we're going to weld those in that location, and I will probably end up putting the 3 lights across the back. Even though that this is not over the 80 inches wide, it actually tracks almost the exact same as a Gladiator. And I can tell you, behind our Gladiator, this thing pulls fantastic. All right, so some of the upcoming projects you're going to see us doing on this. This chain here is made to hold this level when coming down, but it has been changed out. As you can tell, all these are the same size, and these ones are not. And they made these at a different length where they're not even. So we're going to end up changing that completely out for something that is even on both sides. This bed is very wide. I'm not sure the exact dimensions at this moment, but it's huge. We did get the sides. These go on each one of the sides, and then there's the racks down below it that actually come up on top of it if you wanted to do just a regular tent. At this time, what we're planning to do is to come up to almost just a little bit above this level here from the side, and we're actually going to come across with a roof system that the rooftop tent will sit on, and we're going to completely enclose from here up to that so that this whole area is 100% enclosed away from the weather, and then the rooftop is separate. We did not want, like what most people are doing, where they're leaving it exposed and it can get wet. We live out here in North Carolina, and we get a lot of rain, so we want to have as much dry space as possible. Some of the stuff that's already been done to this prior to us getting it is the brake lever. Normally there would be 2 of them, one for each side of the wheel, or for the axle. That's already been taken off on that side, and they've got the air system here. We'll crawl up underneath in a moment and kind of show you what's going on down there. And this is the jack stand that they have here. You actually have to lift this pretty heavy. This pulls out and actually slides to the up position, and where these lock in right here actually end up coming up here. So as you see, there's a lot of extra metal in this. So let's crawl up underneath and take a look. So one of the other things we're going to be doing is coming in, and this second axle or spring This is designed for when you get a lot of weight in here, and this is what gives the extra support with that extra payload in there. We obviously will never reach the payload that this can do. I think it's like 7,600 pounds. So we're going to end up taking these out to save a little bit on weight. We might even be taking 1 or 2 of these smaller ones out to, again, lose some weight and have a little bit more spring in it. I have already put some grease in it. These things have a bad tendency to not be greased that much. As you can see, these tires are pretty much at the balding point. You can see the wear tracks, we can get a little bit longer, but I can tell you I'm not going to drive these down the road for safety purpose. Up underneath here, we've got the air brake system. This is common for any type of air brake vehicle, but like I said, we just don't have the use for it. We need electric brakes. These axles are way too thick. The back end of these hubs, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, they're just massive. And it's going to be complete overkill for what a travel trailer is. Some of the wiring here, and we're going to be fixing that later. Sorry about the lighting. It's not just, as you can tell, we've only got partial of the lighting wires. We'll be pulling those out and pretty much doing new wiring throughout the whole thing. So if this is a project that interests you, go ahead and, I guess, subscribe. Not one of the big YouTubers doing that, but I am very interested in getting this project up and rolling. So if you have any questions, let me know.